It says that I'm live, but I have no idea. Yeah, this little square looks quite intimidating. I'm not sure if I'm live or not. Timur! Wait a sec. Okay. Hi. Okay, hello. So, sorry, this is first time. Okay, so I will just begin and see what happens, right? So, I invite you to take a comfortable position and watch this embarrassing experiment that I am about to show you. So I have no idea what will happen. Let me try something. If I show you this, you cannot read it, can you? No, because it's a mirror view. I don't know why. Oh, I have a feedback, so they say it's okay. They say you can read it. Okay, maybe this will help me, or maybe not. Anyways, so hi, hello everyone. I'm happy to see you. Actually, I cannot see you, but I hope you can see me. So today I would like to talk about my channel a little bit and hopefully just inspire you to take action in whatever that is you want to take action in whatever area you want to do this. So basically this whole channel is an experiment, and it started back in December 2020, on December 23rd, actually, just before Christmas, when I suddenly decided that I want to do something with this medium. And I started to do something. So it wasn't easy. At first, it was super hard, and it's still very hard. To be honest, it's never getting much easier, but there is a certain momentum that I have gained over time, and I started to enjoy this thing. So today, so that it's not too boring, I wanted to do something, and I have no idea how this turns out. So I have this paint with me. So, and I have this marvelous yellow paper, and I will do something, and I will not explain it till a bit later. So, yeah, when I started, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just wanted to share something with people, to really express myself in a way that would be fun for me and for others. So, at first, I decided to start with tarot cards, and it was quite fun. I think tarot is very specific. It should be a separate channel, probably, because a bit later I decided to do something funny, and suddenly tarot didn't fit anymore. But I have no idea. In the beginning, I just wanted to do tarot and meditation. But then I suddenly discovered that I like to do comedy sketches. For me, they are funny. I don't know how it is for other people, though. Sometimes I'm just curious. Is it funny? Is it not? I have no idea. So right now I stopped with tarot, and I just keep going with comedy sketches, and I like to call them metaphors in action. So a metaphor is basically a story, right? It's a story, and usually we can feel this, similarity between a story and something else. And these things might be, hi, Yellow Dog Collective. So happy to see you. Oh my goodness. Thank you for coming. I'm so happy. I'm just getting used to this stuff, and yeah, there is a chat, so you can send me something nice or not so nice, but yeah. No, I just started because I couldn't get my camera working. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm talking about the channel, but also doing something weird, and I would like to ask you for the input for the future, because my main goal here and on this channel in general is to create a community, is to gather people, help them, interact with each other, with me, share ideas, exchange ideas, and I keep staring at my microphone. So I will keep staring at the camera. So it feels like I'm looking at you. Thanks. Okay, so I'm doing. Thank you so much. You're so supportive. So I'm doing this kind of stuff here. My idea is to create a community, and each time I turn away, I suppose you hear me a little bit worse. Sorry about that. And to uplift people and myself included, because in this whole situation, this whole project was born out of COVID and stress and fulfillment and all these things. So I think this is this is it. I want to help myself and people overcome difficulties. So this is my goal here with you. That's why I'm talking about procrastination. That's why I'm talking about, well, meditation as a tool. That's why I'm talking about different obstacles we tend to encounter when we're trying to do stuff. So, yeah, I even printed out some stuff. Yeah, these are my major obstacles. So, I think many people share this with me. I think this is pretty common. Distractions, fears, procrastination, which actually comes from these two, the first two, and disorganization. Yeah. So these things are near and dear to my heart. So, we don't need them. Throwing away might not work, but we can transform them into something else, into something interesting. So I'll just tell you how this all started. So at first I decided to, oh my goodness, I will write a diary. So day first, December 23rd, 2020. Had a lot of fear and resistance in the morning. It was before I filmed my first video. Tried to procrastinate, but then just jumped into action. And it went more or less smoothly. I mean, you can record and never publish. It's okay. And this thought helped me a lot. So right now I am live, and this is a bit stressful. But when you are filming, I mean, you can always discard this stuff afterwards if you don't like it, right? Right. So this helped me a lot to just get going. And then it was okay. It was fine. And I kept it. And I published it. Took a 23-second cold shower. Hello, Timur. It was only 23 seconds, and now it's a bit longer. Recorded a few videos and 3 pretty nice audios. Oh goodness, I was so productive. I don't even remember. That's why it's fun to have a diary. Spent a hell amount of time on this. Time that I won't have at all during the Christmas week. I don't remember. I was so busy. Well, I'll need to manage somehow. Recorded an intro. Okay. Yeah, a funny thought that came to my mind that morning. It's already 10 a.m. and I'm still afraid. We are already into 9 minutes into this live stream and I'm still nervous. This is so funny. Anyways, So what I decided to do is to record stuff and then see how it goes. Maybe it goes well, maybe not. But the thing is, we will never know before we start doing it. We will never ever know how it goes before we actually start doing it. You're so supportive. Thank you. Yeah. Oh goodness, I haven't breathed all the time. I will breathe. If you can use a chat, use it. I will read it. Ah, Alicia, you're here. Okay. Thank you so much. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Good job. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Look at this black paint. What do you think this is? Okay, so what happened next? Next, I started to procrastinate quite a lot because it was still uncomfortable. So I learned this word a couple of years ago, actually, maybe 3 years ago. I didn't know what it was, but then I realized that I was quite masterful at this. This is something, we do something instead of doing something else. It happens all the time. Sometimes we have something more urgent to do. Sometimes we have something unpleasant to do and we don't want to do it. So it's complex. It's complex. So today I wanted to tell you a little bit. Stop telling me how to calm myself down. No, I'm joking. Thank you for great reminders. I appreciate it. What was it? Yeah. So how to deal with procrastination? I will be like for a few minutes. I will tell you how to deal with procrastination. But it's a secret information, and I'm not supposed to share it. I'm joking. No, it's a copyrighted material. So basically, maybe some of you know, some of you don't. There is this BJ Fogg behavioral model, and I will just draw a graph here. So basically, you have two axes, like this. This is your motivation. This is your ability. Yeah, no, Alicia knows. And this is our action line. So basically, if our motivation is high, we are here, we can do difficult stuff. I will explain. So motivation high is in the upper corner, motivation low is close to 0. Ability hard in this corner and easy here. So the harder it is, the more motivation we need, right? And if our motivation is low and the thing is hard, then we don't do it. This is how it is. We just don't do it. And if our motivation is low, but the thing is easy, we can still do it. So basically, when we have procrastination issue, we need to check a few parameters. So let me find more paint, and it's here. B is a behavior. Oh god, so ugly. B map. So each behavior has a certain motivation to it, ability, and prompt. So with prompt, no problem. Usually when we procrastinate, we have plenty of prompts. If you think about the procrastination, you remember it, you have reminders, but you just do it. You just don't do it. So we have plenty of prompts. What about ability? This is interesting. We can change it. We can make it easier for ourselves. How? Depends. So depends on your task, depends on yourself. What can make this task easier for you? Like I said, when I started to film stuff, for me, what made it easier is to just accept that I'm filming it and I don't have to do anything with it later. It gave me a lot of freedom, just like, I don't have to do anything with it. So I'll just film it and see how it goes. It was pretty safe. So this made it super easy for me, and I didn't have to really motivate myself any further. When it comes to motivation, though, there are two forces that are pushing and pulling us. So one is demotivation, so things that actually discourage us from doing stuff. Fears, let's say, fear of rejection, fear of failure, all these things. These are demotivators, so they are pushing us away from doing this stuff. And thank you, Alicia. And motivation is something that pushes us forward. So we are in the middle of this of two forces that are just fighting with each other. So, and in procrastination, it's super important to realize that apart from motivation to do something, we also have demotivation. So how can we work with it? And again, in my case, just, taking it easy, doing small steps, it was really helpful because, it took the edge off. It wasn't as scary. Yeah. And also a big thing that helped me in this. First of all, you need to specify. Specify what is it that you want to do. If it's, do your paperwork, this is not specific. If you don't specify your thing, then the chances are you will keep procrastinating because what is it? Do my paperwork. It appears huge, it's scary, and it's not interesting and boring and all that because it's not specific. Let's say do this one specific document, like work with this document, and that's it. And it becomes much easier. So make it easy. Yeah, you see, I printed this stuff out because, my pronunciation is not the best. So I thought, I'll do this and then people will be able to understand me. Okay. So I'll just show you this. BJ Fogg is a great guy. He's a behavioral scientist, and he wrote the book Tiny Habits, which is amazing. And he came up with this simple formula of each behavior being basically a function of motivation, ability, and prompt. So this is super useful. If you want to make yourself do anything, think about these elements. What motivates you? How can you make it easier? And what prompt can you use? But also behavior itself. It should be specific. So when I said to myself, I'll just film this one video and that's it. It was super specific. And think about, hi, Zuex? I've never pronounced your nickname out loud. Is it Zuex? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so BJ Fogg is really an awesome guy, and he is doing some very interesting things. Right now, they're expanding their expertise on children, talking about creating good habits for children, because children, I think they find it hard sometimes. And if this model is super easy, even for, oh, my connection is unstable. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's okay, maybe not. Okay, they said so. It's okay. Okay, Zoe, but with an X. Okay, great. Keep going. So I will remove this ugly stuff. Oh my god. Yeah. And I'll keep going with this. Okay, so at some point I decided I'll just film it, right? What did I learn from this first experiment is when I started back in December 2020. Once you start doing things, small problems will inevitably arise and bug you. This is normal. So when you start actually doing and not only thinking about doing things, a problem will arise. Small technical stuff. It was difficult, lots of pieces to put together. It was not easy. And at some point I caught myself thinking, stupid delays. I could have, finished by now, but I was only assembling all the things. But then I thought, no worries. It's normal. It's expected. It means you're moving forward. Take a deep breath and solve the problems with the resources you have. It was so wise. And it's not a stupid delay, but rather an opportunity to learn and a part of a bigger project. Yeah. So my biggest takeaway from all this is start super tiny if you must, but start. Because we never know. If we don't start doing things, we'll never know how it turns out. So I'd say almost 6 months later, I didn't know where I would be today, right? Maybe I expected a bit of a faster growth on this channel, but it's super individual, so you can never predict. It's not super trendy, so that's why probably it's growing slow. But I've learned tons of things. I enjoy editing, yeah, and this is another component that I find is super important. So let's talk about what is it that motivates you. What's motivating? What's demotivating? Okay, we know it's all fears and stuff. So my biggest weapon against fears is actually humor. I make it funny, and it's not scary anymore. That's what I noticed for myself. If I find something funny, then I'm saved. I can almost always find something funny in anything. So, but there is something else apart from it, even though it's super related. So one of my wisdoms of all time, make it less serious. If we make it super serious all the time, it's hard. It's stressful. Make it less serious, and you'll feel lighter. Make a game out of it, and also find something that you really enjoy. What is it that you enjoy? In every complex project, you can find different parts that you don't quite like, and other parts that you actually like. So if it might be hard if you don't have any part in a project that you enjoy. This is difficult. But if you can find something, even just a part of it that you enjoy, then go for it. Enjoy it to the maximum. And for me, for example, it's editing. I love editing. I can spend hours on editing, and this is what I do. This is what I like to do the most. I don't quite enjoy filming itself because I find it's stressful, but it's a huge learning opportunity at the same time. Whatever is difficult is a huge learning opportunity, to be honest. But at the moment when I have my footage, I'm the happiest, because now I can go to editing and enjoy whatever I enjoy doing all by myself. No need to be on camera, all that. So this is it. I invite you to think about your project and what is it that you enjoy, and really ramp up this feeling of enjoyment. Everything we do, we basically filter through our perception. So any situation can be perceived differently. And sometimes, the same situation that's why people react so differently, because people have different experience, they have different maps of the world, and they have different perceptions of the same situation. So how come someone can stay calm in let's say in an accident, let's go extreme, and other people panic? All the years of life before that, all their experiences, their personality plays a role. It's the same situation, but people can behave so differently. But at the same time, we have this flexibility. So being the same person, we can change our perception, even just a little bit, change our perception and see the situation from a different angle. And sometimes we can notice this voice inside is just telling us, stuff to prevent us from taking action. Because basically, we like to keep it stable. We like to be in known. We are uncomfortable with unknown. We don't like to venture into something that we don't know. It's scary. And even if the situation we are currently in is not satisfying for us, we are likely to stay in it because it's safe, it's known, and we don't have to expose ourselves. But at the same time, if we want something better, then we'll have to go and do something uncomfortable. There is no way around it. So I'm just bringing this example of a channel because this is what I'm doing right now, and this is what I'm passionate about. I want to help others to overcome stuff. So I take every single of my personal problems and I just turn them into videos. Social media addiction, procrastination, fears. What is it that I filmed? Fear of rejection, all these things, I have them. So I just prefer to laugh at them, and then something shifts. I think when we take it less seriously, something always starts to shift. And if we are super serious about stuff, it's hard. It can be really difficult to overcome. So, I wonder, I forgot to ask for input. So if you can write me in, hi, Eagle Warrior 5, thanks for coming. Yellow Dog Collective, you have them too. Nice to know. I think everyone has them, or something similar. So I wanted to ask you specifically. I know that I shifted with my focus. So some of the videos I make, they are how-tos. Some of them are just jokes. And I stopped doing tarot for now because I don't think it fits. Even though in the beginning, in my mind, it was quite fitting because it's all about moving forward and reflecting. I take tarot as a prompt for reflection because each card represents something, and each card has a meaning, but it's a universal meaning based on archetypes. So we can apply our own perspective, our own experience on it, and we can just think about different problems from a different perspective. It's just like the folks who are interested in tarot, they're usually looking for something else. That's why I stopped doing it, because it's not clear. It was lacking clarity, I think. This eye didn't work out. Well, it's okay. It's totally fine. Then I was also recording meditations because I enjoy recording meditations and I enjoy doing it. And I think it's so important to just take time for, to relax. We don't do it enough. these days. So I wanted to ask you if you can tell me what is it that you want to see on this channel, if anything. Don't tell me I should stop. I won't, because I enjoy it way too much. It's like, thanks. I'm just doing this because I think it's fun to watch something while you're talking, but it's also some kind of a trance because I think, yeah, I'm multitasking, aren't I? But at the same time, it helps me think. So if you have any ideas, anything that you'd like to see, any problems that you'd like to be made fun of, tell me. I'll do that. Oh, what happened with this eye? But it's not a problem, and you'll know why, just in a few moments. Okay, so it's getting a little bit slow. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. So my biggest takeaway for everyone who wants to start something or continue something or just move forward is to take small steps. This is the biggest takeaway that I can think of. Thank you. Thank you so much. Videos have a charm to them. Thank you. Yeah, I agree, Joanna, that, the best things come from what you're passionate about. This is so true. Yeah, and also about this last video about this NLP technique, actually, you'll find a lot of explanations online. But again, many of them are quite serious, and sometimes when you don't get it, you start to feel a little bit like a failure because you couldn't make this work for you. And it's not always easy to use this stuff. So I wanted to explain it in a way that is visual and also a little bit less, intense. So that's my idea. Let's move to white, probably. And sometimes whatever we do, it takes time. It doesn't work quickly. So it might really take a lot of time to move forward and to be somewhere you want to be. And by the way, if you want, we can do a little slowing down exercise right now, because I think we have maybe 10 more minutes. Yeah, this might be discouraging if you don't have too big of an audience, but at the same time, it's kind of cozy and nice because when you have a big audience, it's a different level of problems you have. So you start to basically be exceptionally stressed about the next step you take, and also what is it that your audience wants from you, and they start to run the show. And yeah, this is a little bit of a different experience. I'm not sure how this works. I'm not there, and it might take time for me to get there. But anyways, what I want to do, I want to help people move forward, because I think people have talents. Everyone has talents. Everyone has certain things they can contribute to the world. And I really enjoy, talking to people and helping them just, realize that they have gifts. So my idea is basically to invite everyone to embrace their gifts and to share them with the world. Because the world needs it, especially right now, when we are in this difficult situation, and it's resolving slowly, but at the same time, we have to change our way of thinking, and we have to change our way of acting. And I know people have skills, people have talents, but sometimes these fears, they prevent us to take action quite often. If I push past that, then don't just copy the more serious channel style, we'll develop more unique style. Yeah, this is true. This is what I want to do, because I see how people do things. I just want to do them a little bit different. Not because I'm just so unique. Everyone is unique. I just want to do what I enjoy, because if I don't do what I tried in the past. I recorded videos about weight loss, and I didn't like them at all, so it was super fake. I looked fake, and I didn't want to share them. Thank you, Alicia. I didn't want to share them even with my friends, because it wasn't me in those videos. So, yeah, I think we all need to find this unique style, but also the most important thing is to just enjoy yourself, just enjoy something, and from there you'll be able to move forward. Because if you don't enjoy it, then this is difficult. Find something you really enjoy, and don't be afraid. Just be brave and go forward, move forward. And then at some point you'll get a certain result, and it's not the end. It can always shift, it can always change, and you can always mess up, and other people will also affect your self-esteem, trying to affect your self-esteem, so even if you achieve a certain level of success, there is always a next level and a next level and next level. And I think it's nice to just realize that everything we do is kind of temporary anyways. So there is to be okay with the fact that sometimes we put energy, and we put a part of ourselves in our project, but it doesn't work out. And this shouldn't be discouraging, because this is life. This happens. And it's okay if this happens. It's totally fine. You can always do something else, right? You can always do something different. And start from scratch. You can always do something unexpected. You can always do something that you've never tried before, and just see what happens. And maybe something interesting will happen from your experiments, and I'm sure something will. And even if this other project doesn't work out the way you want to, you can still find something else, and you can try something else again until it's a learning experience. While trying over and over again, you'll learn so much. And I feel like I've learned a lot just from doing these videos. And I met so many interesting people from this. Over the past year, And over the past 6 months, I've met quite a few very interesting people who do these things and other things, and it was awesome. So I invite you to really experiment and see what comes up from this experiment. What kind of weird stuff you are able to produce. And then, if you don't like it, I'll just take another piece of paper. I will not do anything on this wall because we are moving in 2 days. So thank you so much for joining, and I hope it was useful and it was fun in a way. So really, I appreciate you a lot. You are the reason I'm doing this, because I don't enjoy doing it all by myself. I want to do this with someone, with people, or and I really appreciate you being on this channel. I appreciate you watching the videos. I appreciate your input and your comments. Nothing can make me happier, to be honest. So thank you very much for being here, and I wish you all the best with your projects, and combat this procrastination and these fears and move forward, okay? And let's do it together. Huh? Okay. Bye.